Okay, so I'm redoing this video because probably easier than editing the first video. I've got a new channel that I'm going to be reviewing some of these knives, some of these Rough Rider knives or other knives. Just kind of general hobbies, crafts, maybe just to talk. I'm not really sure. It's Space Cowboy, aka Maurice, if you know the song, by Steve Miller. I guess that might ring a bell. It's at space, let's see, space.cowboy.hobbies.crafts, I believe. So, yeah, I guess we'll, oh, I got that through that. So, yeah, so I'm going to be switching to that channel, but I'll put this up on this one. I'll put the link to the other channel in the comments or the link below. I'm really new at YouTube, so bear with me if you want to. This is just a way for me to share and nerd out on some of my knives that I enjoy. Plus, whenever I go to purchase something, I'm looking for a video that shows me a bit more about, what I'm going to purchase to make a better informed decision before I spend the money. So, getting into this is the Ryder Dogleg Jack. Rough Rider is an American company owned by Smoky Mountain Knife Works. They're just a terrific company in my estimation. You can find Rough Rider knives through other knife companies if you just Google it. Let's see. So the official Smoky Mountain Knife Works description is Rough Rider Amber Jigged Bone Dogleg Jack Trapper Folding Knife, RR1015. So, yeah, it comes in this little box. Nothing too fancy on this particular one, although on some of their knives they do have some really nice boxes in my estimation. I really enjoy Rough Rider knives because they're cheap. Although I don't believe cheaply made. They're just affordable. And, for somebody breaking into, slip joint pocket knives, you want to check out a particular type of knife. Maybe you've seen a case knife that you really like, but you don't know if you want to, spend the case money on a particular knife. You could find a similar Rough Rider knife and see if you actually enjoy that style of knife first. And it just, again, for somebody who, for collecting, utilizing them yourself, I use this one all the time. Or, for gifting, I just think it's a really good way to go. They're manufactured in China, hand assembled here in the U.S. By Rough Rider. Rough Rider is basically Smoky Mountain Knife Works house brand, although Smoky Mountain Knife Works does sell just an inordinate amount of different brand of knives. Anything you can think of, they probably carry. Just a terrific company. Let's see. A little bit of time. Every time I go to make one of these videos, I'm not caffeinated enough and probably headed to work shortly. So just bear with me. All right. So I don't know if I said enough about Rough Rider. I found Rough Rider when I was looking for a knife for my son one Christmas season. And I spent about 2 to 3 hours on the internet. The knives I got him, I don't believe were Rough Rider knives, actually. but the ones that I saw from Rough Rider were so interesting. Some frost cutlery too, to be honest, but I believe Smoky Mountain Knife Works and Rough Rider is probably a better made knife. They make traditional slip joint knives, fixed blade knives, just all kinds of stuff. Like Rough Rider really does a lot of different types of knives. Assisted opening, roller opening, you name it. There's just a lot of different Rough Rider products. Where is it going? But yeah, so I saw one of their knives was just such a unique twist. It had this old timey look, you know, with the kind of chrome with their nickel silver, but you know, really shiny bolsters, and kind of an antique color. It was double locking, 2 blades, and I'm like, wow, I just really like that old time look to them with that kind of unique feature of the double lock that seems like kind of a modern twist on an older design. But they make designs that are no longer being made by other companies. Case does a great job. They make a lot of different stuff too. I can't afford much of Case, I'll be honest. I wish I could, but I can't. One of the guys that I listen to on YouTube, he says, you know, put your Case away and carry your Rough Rider because they're just a great knife. You know, put it up and, you know, keep your Case shiny and new and do some work, you know, and carry with your Rough Rider. So I guess we could get into this knife, which is, reason we're here. So it comes with this faux. My buddy was picking me up, or my buddy was beating me up. He in the first video I said fox leather, and he's like, it's faux, by the way. The X is silent. So faux leather slip, and I really get a kick out of that embossed cowboy on the horse with the rifle. Has a pocket clip on the back, and that's kind of a nice option to carry. I tend to just carry this in my pocket. I love this little slip, or I'm sorry, this pull rather. Just a nylon cord with a little bead that comes with the knife. The knife closed is 3 inches. Let me check the specs here really quick. It's a 440A stainless steel with a clip style blade and a spay style blade. Spay is S-P-E-Y. Apparently the spay style blades they used to spay or neuter, rather, probably sheep with. I will refrain from neutering animals with my Dogleg Jack, but that's what one of the blades styles was originally made for. What I do find the spay blades exceptionally useful for are like boxes, like almost like cereal boxes, where the 2 pieces of cardboard is glued together super tight, and you know if you open it, you're just gonna shred it open. So I stick the little spay blade in between and open, you know, just stuff like that. I don't know. So let's see. Blade lengths are 2.5 and 2.12. Handle material is bone. So I originally called the handles, what did I call them? Because it's what Victorinox calls their handle covers, which is not coming to my mind now. So that'll be for another video. But these are called covers, apparently, on slip joint knives, the handle pieces. So yeah, it does have one of the blades locks. That is the spear point. And really love it, so you can see that's etched there. Like I said in the first video, I like the rounding there. for sort of an aggressive, more aggressive cut when you're pushing. You have to, a flatter blade, you kind of have to get in there and push. Whereas that, to me, in my opinion, this style blade, you're pushing less because of that. It has the matchstick pulls, which I really enjoy. They call them matchstick pulls because if you can see those little divots in there, if you had a strike anywhere match, you could strike it right in that pull if you wanted to. And we see the RR stamped there at the bottom of the blade. Let's see if I can see what it says with my glasses even right now. Let's see. I can tell you what it says. I cannot, outside of the RR. See on the back of it, nothing. Although there is something there. But I can't make it out. There's some writing there, and there's some writing right here. See if I can make that out. I think this just says 440 razor sharp. I'll have to. Oh, on here it has the RR number and China. Really faint. More of an etch than a stamp. So these are silver nickel bolsters, and this is the amber jigged bone. And initially, I wasn't sure about the amber jigged bone. Like I was saying in the first video I made on this, it reminded me of all the like deer horn handle covers that I had seen as a kid in like the 80s and the 90s. It seemed like every knife was like some kind of antler bone material, and it was boring to me. But this has really grown on me, and I really enjoy this amber jigged bone. Let's see here if I can tell you which blade was which here. One's 2.5, one's 2.12. So this one, the cutting, well, it's not talking about the cutting yet. So this is probably the 2.5. Looks like a cutting edge of 2. And let's go to the spade blade here. Another match strike pull. Well, let's see. I don't know. Yeah, this one's going to be the 2.12. Cutting edge looks like just under 2 or at 2. So the spade blade is a lot like a spear point, except instead of 2, well, I won't go into it because I'm not an expert on blade profiles. But on this spade blade, you have a very straight angle that's not sharpened, and then a curvature that is sharpened. And I just find it just a handy knife for certain things. Get into without shredding it, and then start to use the cutting edge. But let's see if I can get a measurement here on the whole thing. Yeah, looks like they didn't lie. 3 inches. So, yeah, I just really like this pull. I find it handy. So this knife is $17. And that's the thing that I love about Smoky Mountain Knife Works is, I can find something that I really enjoy at a price that's actually affordable. And that's pretty much what I have for now. Sorry for the quality of the video and for the quality of my ramble. I wanted to redo this and see if I could do a little better. That's what I was going to say too. Previously, something I mentioned, and my first video. You know, most of my knives were of a tactical nature, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with. They have their place. You know, or you know, the multi-tool type. I also was very into, and I still enjoy them, but Victorinox, when I started to get into knives again, I enjoyed the Victorinox style. But currently, I'm on a slip joint kick, so that's what we'll talk about. Probably explore some other stuff, but thanks a lot. Hope it helps you make an informed decision on something.